Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be adjusting the chain on my Ducati Scrambler. I've got my workshop manual ready here on my phone and also a couple of tools that we're gonna need. I'm gonna simplify the steps needed and we're gonna try and do this in less than 5 to 10 minutes. So we're gonna need these tools, measuring tape to measure the slack of the chain. I'm gonna use this electrical tape over here to mark the middle of the chain so we can measure from there. We're gonna need two sockets. One is a 30mm just to loosen a bit the axle nut, and another one is 8mm to adjust the adjustment bolts. So right now on the screen I will put a screenshot of the workshop manual in case you guys don't have it and wish to follow me and follow the steps that I'm using. So the first step is to find the tightest spot on the chain, and I'm gonna do that by slowly rolling the bike at slight intervals and checking the chain for the tightness. Once I find the tightest spot that I can feel, I will leave the bike there on that position and we'll continue from there. Now once we have found the tightest spot in our chain, we're gonna measure the distance between the front sprocket and the middle of the rear sprocket, and we're gonna calculate the distance between them, which will be somewhere here, and we're gonna put a piece of tape or some marker on the chain to mark the middle of the chain. Also, please note that the bike should always be on the side stand as noted in the workshop manual. So approximately the middle of the chain will be around this arch in the swing arm. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape. Gonna put a piece of tape here on the chain, and this will mark the middle of the chain. Now the measurement for the Ducati Scrambler chain is between 27 to 29mm, and we're gonna go do that by leaving the chain to rest here, push it down with one finger and let it rest again. So I've put a measuring tape here from the ground till the middle of the arch, and I'm gonna measure the resting measurement of my chain. So currently it's sitting at around 13 centimeters. Now I'm gonna grab one finger again and push it upwards. Don't push too hard, just slightly, and we're gonna get the next measurement, which is 8 centimeters. So now we're gonna do 13 centimeters minus 8 centimeters, which is 5 centimeters. So it's 50 millimeters, and that is our chain slack. So at 50 millimeters, my chain is way too loose, and I have to tighten it up. So to tighten our chain up, we're gonna have to loosen this nut here, the axle nut, which sits on the brake rotor disc side at the back wheel. We're just gonna loosen it a bit, so there's a bit of slack. So now our axle nut is a bit loose, and now we're gonna start adjusting the wheels, both sides, over here at the adjustment screw. Now the most important thing while doing this part is to always keep both sides the same length. And if we adjust half a turn here, we're gonna do half a turn on the other side. So the lines should always be the same on both sides. Now I'm gonna grab my 8mm socket and start doing half turns on both sides. So right now I'm tightening the chain. Now once you tighten both sides again, measure the chain again and check for the slack. Keep adjusting the rear adjusters here until the slack of the chain is between 27 to 29 millimeters. Obviously our measurements might be different depending on what measurement type you are using. So I'm gonna keep tightening the chain again. I'm gonna do 2 half turns now. Same on the other side. So now the chain is resting at around 12.3 centimeters. And when I tighten it up, it's resting at around 9.5 centimeters. So that is actually in range, as it comes to a total of 28 millimeters when I subtract both ends. So now that the chain is within tolerance, I'm gonna tighten back the axle nut. And the torque for this nut is 145 Newton meters. Just before you tighten the axle nut, just do one last check on the markings here. Make sure they are both the same on both sides. And you can go ahead and tighten the axle nut once they are both equal. So I've got my torque wrench ready, and I'm gonna tighten it up to 145 Newton meters. Don't forget to remove the piece of marking you did here to mark the middle of the chain. And we're pretty much ready now. Went from a very loose chain to a perfectly tight chain now and within specs. So our chain is now completely within spec. Don't forget, it's between 27 to 29 millimeters of slack. And this job can be done in a couple of minutes, as you guys just saw in the video. I hope this video helps you in doing your own maintenance on your Ducati Scrambler. And as usual guys, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.